Hey, what's up, guys? The Gold Standard, episode 2. And just want to take a minute to reflect on the games and the workouts that we've had announced so far, and also answer one of the couple questions that I've been getting a lot recently. And, this morning, just first things first, the games have come out. It's Thursday morning. We've actually already had Pendleton 1 and Pendleton 2. Saw some shakeups, especially on the men's side of the leaderboard, and then also, Julie Fouché really killing it on the women's side. I think she's probably going to be tough to beat after that, but who really knows? Plenty of tests left to come. But anyway, so the games, they've added an extra day of competition. They've added an obstacle course and basically a sprint triathlon with like a fixed gear bike and some fins when you swim, and looks like some pretty fun stuff. My wife asked me, what would you do if you were at dinner and they announced that? I'm like, I'd just be happy to be at the dinner, which would mean I'd be at the game. So I'd be excited to do something like that. That's what we as CrossFitters do. We get ready for the unknown and the unknowable, and we like to put our fitness to the test. So it wouldn't bother me at all. It's not necessarily something I'd excel at. Anybody who knows me knows like a sprint triathlon might be the death of me, but looks like there's a lot of guys who are pretty fit who, did pretty good, but also there are some guys who we'd expect to see at the top of the leaderboard in almost every workout who just weren't able to perform yesterday. Again, still, like I said, a lot of tests left. Some of the big names are down the leaderboard a bit. Some people at the top leaderboard are unknown or fairly unknown. But one of the questions I've been getting lately is, what's it going to take for me to be a games athlete? And I think I'm getting that question a lot right now because for most people, I've went higher or further and achieved more in CrossFit, so I get that question a lot. But I've never been there myself. But what we can look at is what they're doing at the games. And the question I get is, hey, if I'm doing a workout every day, if I'm doing a WOD really hard every day, I'm working out 5 days a week, am I going to go to the games? And what I've been saying is, the unfortunate answer to that is no, you're not going to go to the games. It's pretty much impossible to go to the games. Look at the workouts they're doing. Look at the volume they're doing. They're doing 5 workouts in a day, basically. So if your volume in a week is the same as what they do in a day, you're not going to find yourself at the games anytime soon. And especially with the volume constantly becoming more and more, next year it's going to be even more difficult for you. So you're going to have to find ways to get in on double days. I think that double days are really, really good. I think the training method that Blair Morrison has in some ways is really good too, where he's training 3 times a day. Technique, strength, and Metcon. I think that for me, I find myself training. I did 4 workouts on Thursday, this past Thursday, but that might have been too high a volume. So I don't do that every day. I take solid rest days. I've only worked out 2 days this week. I'm just trying to make sure I get my body all the way healthy for the team, the WOD team series at the Rose Bowl, where I'll be competing with alongside Katie Hogan, Becca Voigt, Drew Canavero. We're going to go out there and we're going to win that thing. So the WOD series, okay? One of my sponsors, WOD Gear. Check them out, wodgearclothing.com. Anyway, also want to touch on some of the other things, you guys. If you're not making strength a priority, you're really going to struggle when it comes to the games loading. You guys can just see that when these workouts start coming out. You can see at the regional level. Hang clean 225 for 30 reps. It seems like a lot. The big guys in the top 10, they didn't have any problem with that. So you need to make sure that strength is a priority. In order to make strength a priority, check out the Power Project, okay, on markbellpower.com. You guys, there's a lot of good information out there. You just got to go out there and get it. Okay, you got to go out there and find it. You gotta track these things down on your own. You got to become a student of the sport. Okay, I don't think Michael Jordan made it to become became the best basketball player in NBA history because he practiced when everybody else practiced, right? He overtrained, right? He showed up at the gym when there was nobody else there. He stayed after everybody else went. So, you know, obviously he's got some genetic gifts there, but you know what? If you're going to become the best you can be, you're going to have to do the things that other people won't do. You're going to have to go where they won't go. Mentally, when you're in a workout, you're going to have to go where they won't go. Physically, in terms of seeking out people who can help you, coaches and other athletes and people who can push you. So you need to make sure that you're doing those things. So if you want to go to the games, I'm not going to tell you you can't. Number one, you're going to have to get through me because I'm going there first. You're going to have to make sure that you're training with the right amount of volume. You're also going to have to make sure you stay injury-free. I'm talking to a lot of professional athletes lately, and they tell me the same thing, that partly what makes a professional athlete is someone who's really, really good, who's able to stay injury-free. You know, talked to an NFL guy, said, hey, there's a lot of people I passed up because they blew out their knee, and they were way better than I was. Talked to a couple of UFC guys, hey, this guy would be amazing, but he just can't stay healthy, right? You don't want to become that guy in CrossFit, so train smart, okay? It's not just about the volume, okay? So please don't hear me saying that. It's not volume training that's going to get you there. It's smart training, but you got to make sure you're putting the hours in the gym, okay? That's how you're going to make it to the games. Not training 5 one-hour classes a week. You have to put in the extra time, okay? Don't start with doing triple days, you know, 5 times a week just after watching this video. Work in a double day once or twice a week. Don't make it too heavy, you know, workouts. You know, be strategic about it. If you need more on how to break up those workouts, send me a specific question. I'll help you out. Or shoot me an email, crossfitgold@gmx.com, and I'll answer the question specifically. If you want me to program for you, let me know. I'm also doing that. So, but nonetheless, you guys just add in some additional work. Get that heart rate up. Learn how to push max effort a second time in one day. It's going to help you out a lot. All right, guys? It's the gold standard. I'm out.